I'm Diego Cortez.
Adam Schoenfeld.
Welcome to the Scoop,
Scooped.
brought to you by Full Tilt Poker. We had Men the Master last week, and as befits a legendary character, we kept him on and explored every aspect of his life and his poker world.
We're going to make an exception and grant him a second part.
And he's going to be back for part 2. If you missed part 1, it is on Card Player TV, and we're going to continue with Men.
So, when did you start playing tournaments?
Well, this is an amazing story. After I learned how to speak English, I get the job at the machinist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you learn to run a machine. So I met my ex, Roxana's mother.
Yep.
You remember my Roxana?
Mm-hmm.
She will become a doctor very soon. She another 3 years she will become a doctor, pediatric doctor, so children doctor.
Mm-hmm. Pediatrician.
Yeah, after Roxana's mother left, I had nothing to do. I go back to school, learn how to read, and learn how to write and read. Then I had boring the weekend.
Right.
That weekend, I fly to Junket tickets. That's how I find out how I become a poker player.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Caesar Palace. So I just go look around. After 4 hours playing a share slot machine, all this, I walk into poker rooms. I looked at playing. Wow, they play poker like my country. They play only 28 cards.
Right. Strip deck.
From an 8 to ace.
Right. Change the hand values a bit.
Yes, because it's easy. You can 1 card down and 4 card up.
Right.
They only 5 cards third.
Right.
Now I see 52 card. I just look, and the floorman come over and ask, can I help you, sir? I say, what do they play? They said, they play stud. You want to play? I say, how much to put the money to play? Because I don't know what to call the buying, this, that. Say, 300. 300? Okay, I'll play. I jump into the game.
That's only 3 days' wages.
Right.
All right. That's how I stopped playing poker in 84, the middle of 84.
Were you just self-taught at this point, or did you have your own master who influenced you?
I played and learned from the games. Mm-hmm. I'm very smart. So that's why in my company, when where I work, I learn from the machine fast like that. Mm-hmm. So I make good money in this machine shop.
You didn't have any player who influenced you or who gave you advice when you started, in particular?
Mm-mm. I play and learn from the games.
Yeah.
Probably I was too early for Vietnamese playing that game because it's 84, 85.
So...
we talk about the tournament, how I joined the tournaments. I played the game. The first tournament I entered the tournament, I know who won that one. Johnny Moss. I'm in the final table. David Chew, not Chew, David Chew.
Right.
He comes second.
Other guy from LA.
We play at the Stardust. Okay, I from LA flying to Vegas, go straight to the Dune. What happened? Nobody here. I said, where's the game? Where did everybody go? Say, they play tournament. Now, what is a tournament?
Right. It's not obvious.
Surprise me.
It's a good question. Right.
A tournament said, everybody go play. They put up the money, the right pool, they share. I said, where they play? They say, Stardust. Taxi, Stardust. Go to Stardust, $330 entry.
Okay.
I know who run that one. Bob Thompson.
Yep.
He run 86.
World Series later.
Right.
Well, the first time I entered that tournaments, I played like cash game. I play everything. I remember I don't know what the bad beat mean too.
Yeah.
I chased the girl all the way down. I saw the girl 4-4, 3-4, roll down. The girl bumped the table. I said, what? What is that? I just lucky I made it. I don't know the girl get mad at me for making chase all the way with a picture. He's trying to make two pay, make a set, roll down trips. But that day I'm running good, right? I got a lot of chips. I'm going to final two table.
Phil Hellmuth, you did that too. You might have finished your career right. right there.
Yes, in '89, I met Phil Helmut to play with me, and
I was saying if you'd shown him trips in the hole in stud, you wouldn't have been happy.
By that time, when I just playing poker, I don't know the bad beat. I just play in my car.
Right.
So I don't know what they bad beat by. But I first entered tournament in '86, and I finished 8th. I finished on final table. 2 table, I got a lot of chips, but I blow it.
Right.
You know, I play the same way. I get the chip same way. I play the same way. I don't know how to manage those chips.
So even the master had to learn through experience how to close, how to finish the
Yeah,
tournaments.
of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I got a lot of chips, and I blow it away. I'm like 2 table, a lot of chips. It's like I blow a lot. When I go into the finals, I'm like a number 8 position, number 7 position, because the guys told me, man, you got a lot of chip while you play. I say, yeah, I'll play. I don't know. You have to hold all your chip, and you know whatever you finish. So that's just my experience. So I learn from mistake.
Of course. So by the mid-'90s, you're a champion, and now you make it to the final table at the World Series of Poker in '96.
Main event.
Right, the main event final table.
96, yes.
Yeah. What can you tell us about?
I was just going to say, I remember following this on the internet because you made the final table. Huck Seed was there at the final table, very aggressive, and then
And
you
Tran,
finally,
the boss.
yeah, and Tran, but
Bruce went home.
Bruce Van Horn was a runner-up,
Benetti just passed away.
right? But there was a dramatic hand between you and Huck, where Huck had been very aggressive, and you in essence trapped him, but then he was lucky. And I remember reading on the internet that when you trapped him, you jumped up and said, "Huck Seed, I got you," and
Yeah.
how was that? Tell us about that.
Okay, see, I'm under the guns. I had 8 king of spade. I make 70,000, and Huxley got like 400 something, all in.
And he'd been raising a lot.
Yeah, he raising a lot because I know I'm at a final table. I play very solid.
Only 4 players left here, right?
And I just say to myself, because I played with him the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I know he raised like 8 out of 10 hands.
Right, he's raising any 2 cards.
Okay,
basically.
and it took I can't play it if I don't have a card against him. That's why I have ace king of spades. I got him for sure.
Yeah.
So when he moved in, I said, I call, I got you for sure. I show him my hand. He showed 6 jack offsuit.
Yeah.
Jack 6.
Make the story short, he hit the river card the inside straight. Now I still have 300,000 some. If I won that pot, I chip leader.
If you win that pot, you're probably going to win the main.
Yes, the man
You've got
too.
80 or 90% of the chips.
Yeah,
And
chip. And also, by that time, I'm not afraid to nobody. I just...
right. And
the only guy that he go raise, I couldn't read is Huxley.
Right,
If he
right.
knock him out, easy.
The other
But not
guys-
Benetti, Brute
Right.
went home.
yeah, much less experienced. So that was a decisive hand, obviously.
If that, I haven't slept 3 months for that. Think about what happened, And I...
Well, that's not so bad, 3 months. I might still be thinking about it
Right.
11 years later. You only get so many shots at the final table, the main event.
Right. That's just
Especially
once a
now.
year.
Right
Once
now.
a year to play big events. And if I won that one, I'm the first Vietnamese won that, and that's a Scotty win,
Right.
in '96. I remember that tournament after I got pay him up, I had 330 something, and I push in with 8-9 shooter, 8-9 hard, and get beat by John Benetti. Here we go again. After he beat my hand, he raised 70,000. John Benetti called 70,000, make 100. And then I count the chips. I had 300 something plus the 70,000. That's money, and a big blind, small blind. If I win this hand, I survive.
Right.
If I don't win this hand, I'm done. So I took too long and move in. If I move in fast, maybe he called me anyway. I think John Benetti not gonna.
He's calling with anything.
John's
Let's
not.
be-
He wasn't a folder.
Yeah, but
He called.
but I gamble. That's why I'm thinking about gamble.
But you had a
I
good
know
gamble.
John
Yeah.
Not gonna lay down any hand because I know John Benetti long enough. I play long enough with him. I
But he
know.
doesn't have to have a big hand either.
He did.
And also, your
This
hand,
time he did, but I'm saying
Right.
he doesn't have to.
but
I mean,
your,
so
your
far
hand is a
he's
good
playing.
gambling hand. But what did he end up having?
I have
Good
8-9
hand.
hard. I know my hand is not.
Right.
8-9
I
or
like
ace-9?
her.
8-9.
8-9. No, that's good gambling hand.
8-9
Yeah,
hard.
you can make a
He
hand.
got ace is good. Ace queen. That's why John Benetti have.
Right.
I
You're not
flop
bad shape,
nothing,
right?
nothing. So ace high one.
Oh.
He didn't flop a pair. So
One thing I'm curious just about your teaching and mentoring, because as accomplished as you are as a player, that's been a huge influence that you've had. I mean, not very many people have this kind of organized group of people that you've taught, like David Pham and Min Nguyen and dozens of other players. You said you only are taking on someone you trust. You know. Have you ever gotten burned where you took someone on? And obviously, it's this risky thing where you're teaching them and you're revealing some of your secrets, but then you're playing against them, and then if for whatever reason they decide, to go off on their own, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So have you had bad?
nothing. I did.
Yeah.
I did have that spirit, and I kind of hard to play against my student. I got Danny Dang with 89.
Yep.
In 91, he got his own money. He play his own now. And I'm going to final with him. This is what he did to me. And it kind of hard for me to play against my student because he don't know whether I have the big pair or whether that I have ace king.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I put 2 bet. He behind me put 3 bet. Oh, it's kind of hard for him in either a big pair or the ace king.
Yep.
Right? So on a flop, if I don't hit anything, he gonna bet. I get kind of hard to play against my strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's kind of, that's my problem. It's my point right there.
Right. I mean, so when you're taking on a student, aren't you holding back those last secrets just in case you have to go up against them, or you're giving them the entire men?
What I do, whatever he asks me to do, if he had a problem to place a hand, I point him many ways for him to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you don't have to go all in with 2-8 if the guy raised in front of you, okay?
Right.
Oh, there's many situations that you play with 2-8 when the guy raised in front of you. Beginning of the tournament, middle of the tournament, final table. You don't have to play 2-8 in final table. Unless you're the one who raised, unless you're the one to push him out of the pot.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot call the raise in the final table, but you can call the raise when the beginning of the tournament.
Right. Where you're trying to amass some chips
Yeah,
and we're willing to gamble.
everybody know that. But some people just ask how you play 2-8. What? Middle tournament?
Right.
Beginning of a tournament, a final table?
Well, you
Call
could-
with the raise?
right.
It's just many.
You could write a book on how to play 2-8s.
Yeah, there's
complicated.
many. Too
Yeah.
complicated to play. Even 2-10.
And what their stack is and what your
Yeah.
stack is. I mean, these are all...
You can hurt your stack or
The
not.
payouts, there's a million factors.
And the payout too.
Yeah.
Look, last night, everybody know what's going on last night. And I know I don't have to get involved. You know you're not getting involved. But they did get involved. The difference is almost $500,000.
Yeah.
Namely last night with the
This is the
short
Bellagio.
stack.
The
The Bellagio.
Lago
The main event,
main event
15,000.
in
Right.
Ramley.
You say we talk about it.
Now,
We
we
should
was
talk
the runner-up
about
to,
it now. We know how much chip, the value of the chips. You got $4 million, you don't have to get involved with the big guy with the big stack. Or you got to get involved with small, or you can wait until the empty, you got to eat them up.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those situations where the winner, Elke Bernard Groplier, he had a lot of chips, and the other guys all had
Right.
much smaller stacks. So it's one of those situations where there are big payout differences moving up from fourth to third to second.
Big, very big.
And if you get involved with Elke, he's liable to have anything. He's not worried about
Right.
losing 10% of his stack. So there are a lot of considerations to take. And Nan Lee was one of the final guys there. Was he the runner-up?
Yeah,
or-
he did finish second, right?
But it's second because the other guy had over $4 million and normally it's only 900,000.
Right.
You know, the blind is big there. He not going to empty to that. He had to find some hand to make a move. Against $4 million in chips, against $10 million in chips, somebody got to go against
Right,
him.
right.
But this guy raise the leadership go all in. 310. Offsuit.
And he finished third.
Yeah.
And the guy who had the best hand finished third.
Oh.
So we talk about the short stack become a second play automatically.
Right.
It's $500,000.
That's a lot of money.
The difference
Right.
We always talk about
from
the
400,000 a third to 900.
That was the John
$500,000
Benetti's.
difference.
That's like when John Benetti, the late John Benetti, at the World Series made a similar mistake when
Yeah.
Glenn Cozen and Jim
Yeah, we talk about that then. In I believe the 97. 97.
No,
Stu Ungar won it.
In 93, I think.
Yeah. I watched that the game that he make mistake to let somebody come second play
Glenn Cozen.
automatically
Right.
because
Who
He-
had just like the blinds left.
He
more or less.
barely had. He didn't have one round of chips.
yeah, he got this much there.
Right. And Benetti had a lot, and Bechtel had more.
Jim Bechtel won that time.
Yeah, right.
I remember that. But
One of the first ones I saw.
I promise you, I won't make that kind of mistake.
No.
One of my students will not make that kind of mistake.
Your students, they recompense you with a percentage. Have you had any students who dishonorably then just said, well, now I'm on my own and...
Yes, they can
see
go
you
to
later.
by their own after they get the money, yes. They did, like David Pham, Danny Dang.
Well, then they don't
No, but
pay-
they paid you.
No.
Oh, really?
The deal was like, I put up the money, he playing.
Mm-hmm.
When he had the money, we put in the bank, like bankroll.
Right.
Let's see, I teach you.
Yep.
Okay, I take you as my student.
Yeah.
I put the bankroll for you to play.
Right.
Okay, after the bankroll,
I'll take that right now.
after you won like 300,000, then we split 100,000. We left 100,000 in the bankroll to
Right.
play.
Of course.
Then the bankroll big, like $500,000, $1 million. You want to share, we share, and then you go on your own, I go on my
Right.
own.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Because he had ability now to win a
Right.
tournament. He had the bankroll. He know what to play. He know when he can quit.
Right.
Just like I never told him to play overnight. And every night before 1 o'clock, you have to sleep because you prepare 8 hour or 10 hour to play tournaments. Most of the tournament you play 14 hour
Right.
to finish. So if you don't sleep enough and you have make a wrong decision easily, then that you sleep and you fresh, you think well, then it's easy for you to win. Then other people that play all night enter the tournaments, sleep at the table,
Right.
it's those kind of thing.
Well, that makes me think of the fact that kind of unconventionally, you drink at the table. A lot of times you're at the final table, you're drinking beers. Has that helped you or hurt you? It seems that would hurt you and that would be a negative.
Yeah, sometimes it helped me, sometimes it hurt me.
Yeah.
Both way.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk to myself, I say, oh, I'm playing this far. I'm enjoying myself drinking and playing.
Yeah.
You don't give
Yeah.
advice to your students about
No,
whether to drink or not.
they,
They're on their
I
own.
don't allow them.
Oh, you don't allow them. So
No.
this is a do
For
as
the
I
master,
say,
not for the
not as I
minor.
do.
Not them. I don't want them to have bad habit like me.
You know, sometimes I've had a few drinks at the table, and it can help because I find that, you know, if I'm feeling very anxious and I think maybe I'm making too many moves and if I drink, it actually calms me down. But I think you get aggressive.
Both way.
Yeah.
I can come and I can come aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I put him no hand, I push.
Yeah.
You know, normally I don't push. But if I know he got no hand, it's like next to the button, I push him out the hand.
It's funny when you talk about preparing and getting your rest the night before and all that, because I'll tell an anecdote from the old days. It used to be at Binion's, if you won a bracelet the next year, they gave you a free room for the whole World
Yeah.
Series, which is a little perk, which
Right.
I don't think they do anymore.
Yeah.
It'd be too many because there'd be hundreds of
Right. The whole
with all the
hotel.
bracelets they're
Right.
giving away.
Yeah.
So anyway, after I won in 2001, I had the room for the whole series, and my next door neighbor was Men, the master, and he had a big suite next door. And 24 hours a day, there were a minimum of 20 to 30 people in the room with Vietnamese music going on. And I would come back any hour, 4 in the morning, and there'd be girls dancing, and the Vietnamese music would be doom, doom, doom. going on, and men would be like, "Hey, champ," and so it probably relaxed everyone. I'm not saying it had a negative impact, but I remember it was very funny.
Yes, but that day is no tournament the next day.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I caught you on the wrong times, and
Right.
it seemed like a nonstop 24-hour extravaganza.
You know, man, I visited Dalat in Vietnam. Have you been there?
Yes, I was there in 90 after I got married with my wife.
It's
We
beautiful.
went to Dallas
in the
for
mountains.
the honeymoon.
It's the Paris
Yeah.
of Vietnam, and they actually have an Eiffel
Yes.
Tower.
It's just the weather is just like California.
Yeah,
It's,
mountains.
Mountain.
Yeah, it's cool.
Fresh air. That's the only the mountain in Dallas that they have that kind of weather.
Very nice.
The whole
Very-
Vietnam.
Little
yeah.
travel.
Little
You-
travel
you get-
interlude.
You
Very
got the right city to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I recommend
interesting
that.
travel interlude. Now we're wrapping up the year. You're heading off to Foxwoods and the East Coast and some tournaments. You used to be, maybe you still are, the hardest working man in poker. You play about 300 tournaments a year. Is that still the case? You're still playing almost every day live tournaments?
Not anymore.
That's
because
tough.
the tournament is every month, everywhere.
Now there's so
too
many.
many.
Okay, so and also it take too much money, and also if you put in 500, you get into the money. It's only 700, 600. It's not
Right.
worth it.
You got to play on the internet.
Yes, it's better if I play that. I play by internet. Also, I don't travel a lot to play the small tournament anymore. So I'm getting old, and also my family,
Yeah.
my kid, and it's kind of hard for me to travel. And now I travel to play only
The big
big
ones.
events.
Well, you have enough watches, so you don't need to.
Okay, I already saw the war. I already saw
many
that I'm a
watches-
master.
How many watches you got, man?
I got 15 watch total,
There you go.
From poker tournaments? It's not
and
just
the
for
three
watch
of them is a Rolex watch.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rolex watch for a main event, stud event, and in Taj Mahal they give Rolex
I
away.
used to give watches at the Hall of Fame tournament, which was a big
Oh,
tournament.
you got a
at
Rolex in
Vegas.
2001 at the Taj Mahal.
Yes, I did.
was three-handed with you and John Jawanda. Of course,
Yes.
I finished third.
And you
Yeah.
received?
I got 68,000.
Oh, no, I was going to say, watch-wise, you got a...
Nothing.
Yeah, because by that time the championship events they give Rolex. I won one in stud championship events, and the Taj Mahal the championship no limits. So I had 2 Rolex watch from Taj Mahal, and then now 9 gold watch.
So 6 bracelets, 6 gold bracelets,
Yep.
15 watches.
A lot of jewelry.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure. We know you're going to keep on with your successes. We'll look for you for another Card Player of the Year. 4 times you've won. No one's come close to that.
I think one more. You need 5 before you really take
Before
it easy.
you retire.
Before I retire, yeah. This year I thought I get there, but
You're still like 16th. You know, even in a slightly off year, you're still way up on the list.
yeah, I'm number 10 now.
Oh,
But
you moved
right
up?
now, yeah.
But
I'm
we
number
like having you here because you're one of the old-timers at this point, like us. And still successful and still working hard in poker. So it's been a
Thank you,
pleasure,
Master.
Men the Master.
And thank you for
Thanks for having us
player,
on.
and thank for inviting me. And
It's a pleasure to have you on.
Anytime.
I'm gonna say like
This is a beautiful logo in all seriousness.
Yes.
The MM.
MM. Since like
And I went up to your website, which I'm hoping will be updated. It's not up
I
to
have to
date.
find someone to do it. So
And as I told Adam, there's 2 courses you can download. One says something like "Become a great poker player in 10 minutes." The other says "Become a great poker player in 15 minutes." If you got the extra 5.
Put me
minutes.
down for 10 minutes.
I thank you for having me, and
Thanks,
maybe do this sometimes in the future.
We'll do it again. Thanks,
and
man.
thank to America that's having me here in this country to make the way I am today.
Well, glad to have you. On behalf of America.
Hold on.
Man, you have to sit down. Thanks for joining us on The Scoop. Brought to you by Full Tilt Poker. Write to us at thescoop@cardplayer.com.
2 bracelets. Awesome.
Well, you know, these aren't easy to win. I remember this one like it was yesterday. My opponent had me down to my left. Sorry. Anyway, it's down to my last few chips. So I had to call.
We play at FullTailPoker.com.